Yo, what is going on, guys? And welcome back to 365 Analytics. And today, it's week 10. We are back with another Game Picks episode, and we got a lot to talk about today. Last week, there's a lot to talk about in this episode. We got a Bengals Thursday night football game, so that's always exciting. And yeah, I'm gonna get right into it. If you guys enjoy it, please like, subscribe, hit the notifications. It'd be greatly appreciated. And we're just trying to grow the channel every day. We're getting more views and more views, but the subscriber count's not really increasing, but the view count definitely is. That's appreciated. But yeah, let's get right into it. Last week I went 11-4, solid record. Could be better. Could be up in the 12-13 win range, but 11-4, not terrible. I'm not gonna complain. That brings the record to 84-54 on the season, with me being 5-4 my locks and 3-6 on my upsets. And yeah, we're gonna get right into it as it's Burrow and Lamar on a short week to start the episode off. Bengals, Ravens. Let's start off with the Bengals, my Bengals. Last Sunday, beating the Las Vegas Raiders in good fashion. Joe Burrow, 5 touchdown passes. Absolutely prestige performance from him. I mean, he looked absolutely surgical. I mean, he was making plays out of the pocket. Pocket presence looked amazing. I mean, elite. Mike Gesicki had 2 touchdowns. He's looking like a really, really viable option when T. Higgins is out of the lineup, which T. Higgins is doubtful tomorrow for the game. But man, am I excited. The Baltimore Ravens absolutely blew the brakes off the Denver Broncos, and Lamar Jackson had a stellar game as well. These two quarterbacks are, in my eyes, the two MVP frontrunners right now, and I'd probably say Lamar Jackson's the MVP frontrunner, but if Burrow's team was better, it'd be a real conversation. These two quarterbacks have been absolutely nails. And this is the point in the Bengals season right now where tomorrow night the season either ends or it begins. That's where we're at right now. The season ends, you go to 4-6. It's an uphill climb. You go to 4-6 and you drop to 1-2 in the division while being 4-6. It's an uphill climb. That's the bottom line. It's an uphill climb to even make the playoffs. Probably can only afford to lose one more game in that fashion. If you win tomorrow, you go to 5-5. You're 2-1 in the division. You're only one game behind the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers, not far behind them either. Season can be totally revived tomorrow, or season can totally end tomorrow. With that being said, you know, you know, I'm not picking Joe Burrow to get swept again. This might be my bias in me, but I am not picking Joe Burrow to get swept again. I'm not doing it. We saw F. Joe Burrow last year in Baltimore on Thursday night. Everyone was like, F. Joe Burrow in the post-game show. Baltimore fans were going on his neck. Roquan Smith was talking all that talk. He obviously the wrist injury happened last year, and he is out for revenge. You think I'm betting against Joe Burrow? I am not. Give me the Bengals. WHODEY. What a game. I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited. Tomorrow night. Gotta be a night. And then we go to Germany for a game between the Giants and the Panthers, which is a pretty bad game in itself. The Giants, I don't know. They're coming off a loss to the Commanders. It wasn't a bad blowout or anything like that, but Daniel Jones finally threw a touchdown at MetLife Stadium, so that's a positive from the Giants. The Carolina Panthers, they won last week. I can't believe it, but they won. The New Orleans Saints, I can't believe what the New Orleans Saints put on tape and what they did, but that's crazy. Carolina, Bryce Young finally went in victory formation and won a game. It feels like forever since Bryce Young has played well and won a game. But this is probably his statement game of his career so far. Um, I'm gonna take the better defense here. I'm gonna take the better team overall. I'm gonna take the Giants in this matchup. I like them better. Um, I think that they're the better football team. They're the better defense. I think that they're a more polished football team right now. I like Brian Daboll better than I do Dave Canales. I mean, give me the Giants in this game. This will probably be like a low to moderate scoring game. A close win for the Giants. I mean, Tyrone Tracy has a great match against the Panthers run defense. I think that he feasts. And yeah, give me the Giants. And then we have the battle of two big markets in Chicago as we have the New England Patriots going to Chicago. Last week, the Patriots lost to the Titans. Drake May made a crazy, crazy play to send it to overtime. Too bad he threw an interception in overtime into double coverage that where a ball shouldn't have been thrown. The Bears, I believed in them last week. I picked them to beat the Cardinals, and they disappointed me. All right, they lost. Caleb Williams, he's had maybe one, maybe two good games on the year. He's really disappointed me. I thought that Jaguars game was the coming of Caleb Williams, and I thought that was going to be the resurgence and his statement game to come out and start his run. But he hasn't looked very well since the bye week. Um, the Bears have a really, really tough schedule past this game. This is like their last really easy game on the year. They have like the toughest schedule remaining in the NFL. Um, with that being said, I'm gonna take the Bears. Um, they need this. They don't want to go below 500. They just need it. They need it. Like if they want any hope of making the playoffs with the schedule they have in the second half, the NFC North is tough. They need this game, and that's the bottom line. I think Caleb Williams was a solid game. Yeah, they get it done at home. This if they lose this game, Matt Eberflus might not have a job on Monday morning. So that's basically how it is. So give me the Colts. I mean, give me the Bears. And then I might have said give me the Colts, but yeah. Um, it is Buffalo and Indianapolis. Buffalo, they look hot right now. They coming off a win versus the Miami Dolphins. Indianapolis coming off a stinker of a loss versus the Vikings on Sunday Night Football, where quite frankly neither of those teams look very good. Joe Flacco didn't look good. I mean, Jonathan Taylor was shut down all night. Wasn't a great Colts performance there, but I don't really have much to say here. The Bills, better football team. They're going to be the AFC East champions. They basically clinched it last week, matter of fact. They're going to be the AFC East champions. They're going to host a home playoff game. Josh Allen's playing like one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. I mean, like the pinnacle right now of quarterbacks is in the league right now this season is Lamar, Burrow, Allen, and Goff. Those are like the four to me that are playing like MVP type football, and any of those four can win it depending on how their team's record are is and all that. But obviously, I still think Mahomes is the best overall, not just a season, but just this season. It's Lamar, Burrow, Allen, Goff. Like that's the four. I mean, we'll get to Goff. We'll get to Goff on the Sunday Night Football game. He's been as efficient as anybody. So yeah, give me the Buffalo Bills. And then this could be a spicy one, and this could upset some people. We have the Minnesota Vikings going down to Duval County to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Vikings, they go to 6-2 after losing two straight. They won. They finally won. They got a win. Kevin O'Connell coached up a solid game. They didn't look very well, but they got it done. That's the bottom line. You won the game. Sam Darnold, he was all right. Justin Jefferson played a very good game. I mean, Aaron Jones was pretty good. The Vikings are a good. They're a solid football team. That's what it is. Cam Robinson making his return to Jacksonville after getting traded away from there a few weeks ago. The Jaguars are 2-7 right now. I mean, they're not looking very good. The Jaguars are 2-7. Trevor Lawrence is playing pretty disappointing ball. Doug Peterson could lose his job any day now. That's the that's the reality of the situation. Doug Peterson could lose his job any day now. Press Taylor, the offensive coordinator, Zach Taylor's brother, could lose his job any day now. Jaguars don't look good, but I'm picking them. I'm picking them. This is like a big swing game. I just have a gut feeling they get it done. In Duval County, I mean, these guys' jobs are on the line. Like they need to pick it up quick if they want anything to happen here. I mean, they need to win this game. Doug Peterson might not have a job, they know, if they lose this game. So I just think this is one of those games. We're at home in Duval County, like similar to the Green Bay Packers game, the Jaguars game. I mean, Jacksonville, they played a solid game, but they lost on a game-winning field goal. They were going toe to toe with the Green Bay Packers. Eventually lost the game. It's all that matters. You lost the game. But this one, I think they capitalize on, and I think they win it. So I'm gonna take the Jacksonville Jaguars at home. And then we have an AFC West battle between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Broncos, they lost 41-10 to the Baltimore Ravens this past Sunday. Although Bo Nix did catch a touchdown pass, the Denver Broncos offense is what we think they are. They're a bad offense. That's the bottom line. Bo Nix is not great. He's not playing great, I should say. Yeah, I still think he can be great, but he's not playing great. Um, their offense, the firepower is limited. I mean, Cortland Sutton's a good player, but outside of that, Javonte Williams, meh. The firepower is limited on that offense right now, and that defense, that defense is real though. They did allow 41 points to the Baltimore Ravens. I'm not gonna twist that. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. It was not a good performance against Baltimore, but that defense is still real. They got playmakers. Vance Joseph has those guys rolling still, and do not underestimate them. They did beat the Chiefs once last year. It was the first time they beat Patrick Mahomes. But right now they're going to Arrowhead Stadium against the undefeated Chiefs, who are finally starting to look like themselves. Mahomes played probably his best game of the year on on Monday night. Tampa almost came back and won, which was pretty cool. It was a good game Monday night. It was overtime, obviously. Mahomes took the ball, and they ran away with it. So when Mahomes got the ball, the coin flip in overtime, everyone knew it was going to happen, basically. But yeah, the Chiefs, they're undefeated, and they with this win, they can um they can clinch a above 500 season with 9 wins. So at home in Arrowhead, they're gonna get it done. I think. I just don't think the Denver Broncos offense has enough to win this game. But I'm not. You never say never, though. Never say never. They did it last year, but the Broncos offense just doesn't have enough. And the Chiefs, man, they're unbelievable. Their defense is great. Mahomes is Mahomes hasn't even played well, and they're still undefeated. I can't believe it. Isaiah Pacheco will be back soon. Hollywood Brown could potentially be back for playoff time. Who knows? But man, they have. I'm not. I'm not gonna go out on a limb and say this. I think they will lose. They're gonna lose eventually, but there is a chance that they go undefeated. I'm saying that on record right now. There's a chance that they go undefeated. I think they're gonna lose eventually, but there's a chance. They play Buffalo still. They play Buffalo week 11. Actually, that's gonna be a banger, nationally televised game at 4:30 on CBS. But yeah, they play Buffalo still. They play Houston. They play Pittsburgh. They can lose any of those games. Chargers still. They can lose those games. So yeah, I think Kansas City wins. And then we have an NFC South rematch. These two played earlier in the year. Young Wei Koo hit the game winner. It is the Falcons and the Saints. The New Orleans Saints have lost 8 straight, I believe. Are they 2-7 or 2-8? Do they have a bye week yet? I believe they're 2-8. Or no, they're 2-7. Yeah, they're 2-7. They're 2-7. I'm bugging out. We're through 9 weeks. They're 2-7. But they've lost 7 straight after starting 2-0. I know I say it every week talking about the Saints, but everyone was on the Saints train after 2 weeks. I didn't buy a second of that. Um, Atlanta, they're a good football team, good offense, firepower on offense. Kirk Cousins is playing good football. I mean, Bijan Robinson's playing good football. Drake London's playing good football. Darnell Mooney's playing good football. Kyle Pitts is playing good football. That offense is good. The offense is good, and they're probably going to win the NFC South to pretty much run away with it right now. The defense, though, the defense has some problems. Obviously, they have playmakers. They have playmakers on all spots. They have Jesse Bates, Justin Simmons in the secondary, AJ Terrell. Those are playmakers. That secondary is pretty good. The problem is the pass rush. Matt Judon has not lived up to the hype for them. He has really not looked up to par. That pass rush is weak, weak, weak. Losing Braylon Trice in the preseason before he even took a snap was a bad hit for them. And that pass rush, them and the Ravens are like the two teams in the league that the pass rush is some of the weakest right now. And New Orleans Saints, they fired their head coach this week. They fired Dennis Allen, and it was the right decision. Dennis Allen has not proved anything that he showed he can be a good head coach. Darren Rizzi is the new interim head coach there, and you know what I always say? Weird things happen when interim head coaches take over. I'm going out on a limb on another upset, giving the New Orleans Saints at home to get their first win in weeks. And this is the last time I'm picking them. If they lose this game, this is it. It's the last time. And then we have a good NFC matchup. This was almost the NFC Championship game last year, if people forget. It is the San Francisco 49ers and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Niners are getting Christian McCaffrey back finally. They are off the bye week. They're well rested. They're getting Christian McCaffrey back in the lineup. And boy, oh boy, here they come. And then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers losing a heartbreaker to Kansas City on Monday night. Still no Godwin. Likely no Evans this week either. Kate Otton's playing some good ball, I will say that. Defense is playing solid. Kalijah Cansey looks like a star right now. But Christian McCaffrey's back. I'm not picking against the Niners. I mean, I'm not picking against the 49ers. It's Christian McCaffrey's first game back. Like, I can't do it. Like, he's back. Brock Purdy's there. Debo, they're well rested off the bye. They're not losing. They're not losing this game. And with the way Arizona's playing and with the way the Rams are resurging, the Rams beat them earlier in the year, if you remember. The way those teams are resurging and the way those teams are playing right now, the Niners can't afford to lose this game, matter of fact. So, yeah, give me the San Francisco 49ers to take care of that one. Oh, and then this is a banger. This is a banger. Not many people talking about this game on the slate this week, but this is a good one. It is the Steelers and the Commanders, a clash of conferences. Steelers coming off the bye week, but Commanders coming off a win against the Giants. Pittsburgh, they made some noise at the trade deadline. Both these teams made noise at the trade deadline. Pittsburgh picking up Mike Williams and Preston Smith, two veterans, two solid players that can contribute right away. Preston Smith wanted out of Green Bay. He's a solid rotational pass rusher at this point in his career. He can make a difference in adding him to a room with Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt and Nick Herbig is great. Washington, they made the splash move of the trade deadline. They made the move of the trade deadline, picking up Marshawn Lattimore from New Orleans. New Orleans looks in full sell mode right now, but they picked up Lattimore, and that's a big pickup for them. With the way their secondary was playing, they needed that, and Marshawn Lattimore is one of the best corners in man coverage this year, so that will be interesting pickup for them. But I'm gonna take the Commanders at home here. This is a game that I might switch during the week if if I want to switch it before Sunday. This is one of them that I could see myself switching. I'm gonna pick the Commanders at home, but my brain just can't comprehend the Washington Commanders being 8-2. Dan Quinn might be a lock for Coach of the Year. Like if you bet Dan Quinn Coach of the Year right now, you might make 150 back. If you put in $10, you'll make 1150. But yeah, Dan Quinn looks like has those guys rallying, and I was a guy that was critical of the Dan Quinn hire in the offseason. But I mean, hey, it looks like a good hire right now. So I'll tell you that. Jaden Daniels and Dan Quinn look like the duo. I mean, it's great. So give me the Commanders. And then we have the Titans and the Chargers, one of the more boring games on the slate. This game's at 4:05. I really don't have much to say about this. The Titans, they won last week, game-winning pick against Drake May. We'll see if Will Levis suits up for this game. It was Mason Rudolph last week. It might be again. And the Commanders, I mean, the Chargers. Where's my brain at right now? The Chargers at home. I mean, Justin Herbert's played some pretty underrated good ball right now. He has the Chargers rolling. They beat the Browns last week. Defense played well. I expect no different here. I expect the Chargers win at home. And it's Bengals Chargers next Sunday Night Football, which I'm excited for. But yeah, Chargers, they win. And then this is an interesting game actually. This is one that I was like when I pick these games, like I have them written down like right here. When I pick these games, like I was I was really tossed up on this one. Like I give my brain I don't know what to think about this one right here. It's the Jets and Cardinals in Glendale. Mm, the New York Jets. They're coming off a win on Thursday Night Football against the Houston Texans, where they won. They won all right, and everyone's on the Jets train again. Everyone's all of a sudden New York Jets to the playoffs. New York Jets to the playoffs. Um, Garrett Wilson, crazy catch, competes with the Odell Beckham Jr. catch. Obviously, theoretically, it doesn't because OBJ's catch was crazy, bonkers, and it influenced an entire generation. Technically, my generation. But Garrett Wilson's catch was bonkers. Garrett Wilson, 2 touchdowns, putting up numbers for my fantasy team. Yeah. But the Cardinals, they're in Glendale now. They're coming off winning against the Bears. They're playing some good football. That offense is humming. I mean, Kyler Murray's playing good football. James Conner's running the ball well. Trey Benson's running the ball well. I mean, Marvin Harrison wasn't very good last week, but Zay Jones is back in that lineup. Greg Dortch, Trey McBride. They got some playmakers over there. They got some playmakers, but this is a tough game to pick. This is a really tough game to pick. Obviously, Jets lose this game. It's just like the fifth nail in the coffin that we've already said on their season. Mm, I'm gonna take the Cardinals. I'm gonna take the Cardinals. I'm gonna take the Cardinals right now. But this would be one. This could be one that I do switch in the middle of the week. I'm not gonna rule that out. I could see either of these teams winning this game. This is my opinion. This game is my toughest pick of the week, probably. If I had to put if I had to put a label on that, my toughest pick of the week. Like I truly have no idea who's winning that football game. But yeah. And then we have what was supposed to be a good game, but one of the teams is bad. Um, it's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys, one of the premier rivalries in the entire National Football League. We all know that. The Philadelphia Eagles, they're coming off a win where they almost blew it versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. They almost blew it. I mean, the Eagles, they can. I'll never understand the Philadelphia Eagles. They'll play at the top, tippity top of their potential, and sometimes they'll play all the way down here. You never know where you're gonna get from the Philadelphia Eagles, especially playing in Dallas. Dallas traded for Jonathan Mingo this week. A fourth round pick for Jonathan Mingo. Come on, Jerry Jones. What are we doing? Obviously, Dak Prescott went to injured reserve this week. That was on the headlines of the Dallas Cowboys this week. Cooper Rush will start in this game. I can't see Dallas winning this. I just can't. Dallas, they don't look like a good football team right now. I believed in them last week, and it was a big mistake. I thought they were going to win last week. Dak Prescott put up another mediocre game. That was the bottom line. Highest paid quarterback in the league putting up mediocre football games. So I'm gonna take the Eagles, but you can never guarantee a game in the NFC East. Like these two teams, this game could literally be 13-9. I'm not even joking. You can never guarantee a win in the NFC East, but the Eagles have to win it, right? They got a crazy tilt next Thursday with the Washington Commanders. Chef's kiss. That game is great, but if Philadelphia's gonna win it, they got it, and I think they get it done. And then we have a banger of a Sunday night football game. This is what Sunday Night Football is all about right here. If we really think this is what Sunday Night Football is all about. It is Jared Goff and CJ Stroud, Dan Campbell and D'Amico Ryans, Amon-Ra St. Brown and maybe Nico Collins. Let's see if he plays. Joe Mixon and Jahmyr Gibbs. Oh my God. This game's great. This is football right here. This is football. It's Detroit and Houston in H-Town. This is a good one. That's what it's all about right here. Um, Jared Goff, as I said, the most efficient quarterback in the entire National Football League right now. Him and Amon-Ra St. Brown, the chemistry is the top of the top of the line. Um, they are rolling right now. They traded for Zadarius Smith this week to only retool this roster and try to get some help after the Aiden Hutchinson injury. And if this team goes to the Super Bowl, I wouldn't put it past Aiden Hutchinson trying to make a return. It's truly devastating that Aiden Hutchinson got hurt. We were on track for a special season from him. But I'm taking Detroit. I'm taking Detroit. This looks like the team of destiny right now. This is the favorite of the NFC right now, undoubtedly. And they look so good, man. They look so good. They lost one game all year to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They could be undefeated right now. Dan Campbell, the the resurgence that he put in that city is just unfathomable. And I'm gonna take the Detroit Lions. And then we have Monday Night Football. Solid game. Not a bad game. Could be better, but not a bad game. Clash of Conferences. Interesting game. You don't see this every year. You don't see this much. It's the Dolphins and the Rams. This is another tough game. Like this is similar to the Jets and Cardinals for me. Like I could see either of these football teams winning it. The Dolphins. They've lost. They've lost with Tua back. They've lost two in a row. They lost to the Cardinals and they lost to the Buffalo Bills. The thing is, they look pretty good in both those games. So I still have confidence that the Miami Dolphins can fight in football games. They almost beat the Buffalo Bills last week in Orchard Park. That's saying something. The Los Angeles Rams, however, they've won three straight too. They won an overtime thriller against Seattle this past Sunday. Matthew Stafford to Demarcus Robinson, fourth a win. Oh, this is a tough pick. This is another one I could switch during the week or on Monday if I feel like it. I don't know, man. I can't see the Dolphins going to 2-7. I can't. They're a better football team than their record is right now, and that's the bottom line. With Tua Tagovailoa at the helm, they're a better football team than their record is, and they're not losing. Like they're not. They can't go to 2-8. They can't go to 2-7. They can't. I'm taking the Dolphins. This would be a tough one. This could be one I switch during the week, depending on what my record is in the pick, depending on what I think, depending on injury reports, all that. I don't know. I have to take the Dolphins here. I just think they get it. I think they get it done. It's like a gut feeling they get it done. Give me Miami. And those are the game picks this week. It is Bengals, Giants, Bears, Bills, Jaguars, Chiefs, Saints, 49ers, Commanders, Chargers, Cardinals, Eagles, Lions, Dolphins. My lock of the week is going to be Chargers over Titans. And my upset of the week is the Bengals over Ravens. I'm excited. I'd put that in size 10 italic. I think that's what I do, right? That's what I do. And then the Chargers is and this. But yeah, those are the game picks, and let's hop right into the power rankings. And here are the week 10 power rankings. We have the same top two we've had for a few weeks now. It's Chiefs and Lions, the two Super Bowl favorites, the two conference favorites. We have Buffalo going number three with a statement win against Miami. We have Baltimore at four. Commanders going into the top five for, I believe, the first time this season. Steelers stay at six. Eagles go to seven. Texans go to eight with the loss to the Jets. Packers go to nine with the loss to the Lions. They are on bye this week. Minnesota goes down one. They go to 10 with a win, but they did not play great, so they go to 10. Atlanta Falcons stay the same. Cardinals into the top 12 with a win. Niners at 13. They were on bye. They went down one. Rams at 14. I just realized that I crafted these power rankings yesterday. Cardinals, 49ers, Rams, Seahawks back to back to back to back. That's crazy. Chargers stay the same. Bucks go up one. Broncos go down one. My Bengals go up three. Crazy tilt tomorrow night. Bengals go into the top 20. Bears one spot below us because Shane Waldron is a terrible offensive coordinator. Indianapolis at 21. Dolphins 22. Jets 23. They go up six. I believe they're the biggest risers of the week because of the win over Houston. Cowboys at 24, no Dak Prescott. They're going to be a bottom of the barrel pretty soon, potentially. Jaguars 25, Giants 26, Browns 27, -4. They fooled me with the Ravens win. Titans 28, Patriots 29 with the loss. Titans at one spot above them. Panthers at 30, +2. Saints at 31, -5. And then the Las Vegas Raiders with a bunch of firings this week. Luke Getsy out the door and they look like a hot mess right now. Antonio Pierce could potentially be one and done. So, yep, those are the power rankings, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, be greatly appreciated. We have Bengals football tomorrow night. Khalil Herbert, the new acquisition from Chicago, potentially getting some time, and crazy game tomorrow night. I'm excited, and I'll see y'all next time.